Hello there, future language wizards. Today, we're diving into the incredible journey of learning English. Learning English isn't just about memorizing words. It's about unlocking doors to a world of endless possibilities. But here's the secret sauce: listening and speaking. Listening sharpens your ears to the rhythm of the language, and speaking, that's your ticket to fearless communication. Imagine expressing your ideas to friends around the globe. English is the language of connection, from making friends to exploring new cultures. So, fellow language enthusiasts, let's make this journey unforgettable. Listen keenly, speak boldly, and let's bridge the gaps together. English isn't just a language, it's your passport to an exciting world. Ready to embark on this adventure? Subscribe, practice, and let's learn English the fun way. Here are some ways to respond politely to a request. Yes, I can. This is a simple and straightforward way to respond positively to a request. It shows that you are willing to help. Yes, of course. This is another way to show that you are willing to help. It is a bit more formal than, yes, I can. Sure thing. This is a friendly and informal way to respond positively to a request. It is appropriate for casual situations. I'd be happy to. This is a polite way to respond positively to a request. It shows that you are willing to help and that you are happy to do so. I'm sorry, I can't. This is a polite way to decline a request. It shows that you are unable to help and that you are sorry about it. I'm afraid I can't. This is another way to decline a request. It is a bit more formal than, I'm sorry, I can't. I'm sorry, I don't know. This is a polite way to respond when you don't have the information that someone is requesting. Let me get back to you. This is a polite way to respond when you need more time to think about a request or to gather information. I'll see what I can do. This is a polite way to respond when you are not sure if you can fulfill a request, but you are willing to try. I'm not sure, but I'll find out. This is a polite way to respond when you don't know the answer to a request, but you are willing to find out. Here are 50 questions and answers that you can use to practice polite requests in British English. Excuse me, do you know where the nearest loo is?
Yes, the nearest loo is on the ground floor, next to the reception.
Excuse me, could you tell me how to get to the nearest petrol station?
Sure. The petrol station is on the corner of Main Street and Elm Street.
Excuse me, do you have the time, please?
Yes, it's 2:30 p.m.
Excuse me, could you please tell me what time the next train is due?
Yes, the next train is due at 3:15 p.m.
Excuse me, do you know where the nearest cash machine is?
Yes, the nearest cash machine is inside the convenience store on the corner.
Excuse me, could you tell me how to get to the nearest chemist?
Sure. The chemist is on the high street, next to the post office.
Excuse me, do you know where the nearest hospital is?
Yes, the nearest hospital is on the outskirts of town, about 10 minutes by car.
Excuse me, could you please tell me what time the museum opens?
The museum opens at 10 a.m.
Excuse me, do you know where the nearest supermarket is?
Yes, the nearest supermarket is on the other side of the park.
Excuse me, could you tell me how to get to the nearest post office?
The post office is on the high street, next to the chemist.
Excuse me, do you know where the nearest library is?
Yes, the library is on the corner of Main Street and Elm Street.
Excuse me, could you please tell me what time the next bus is due?
The next bus is due in 10 minutes.
Excuse me, Do you know where the nearest park is?
The nearest park is on the other side of the supermarket.
Excuse me, could you tell me how to get to the nearest restaurant?
The restaurant is on the corner of Main Street and Elm Street.
Excuse me, do you know where the nearest police station is?
Yes, the nearest police station is on the outskirts of town, about 10 minutes by car.
Excuse me, could you please tell me what time the next film starts?
Yes, the next film starts at 7 p.m.
Excuse me, do you know where the nearest coffee shop is?
Yes, there is a coffee shop on the high street, next to the post office.
Excuse me, could you tell me how to get to the nearest hotel?
Yes, there is a hotel on the outskirts of town, about 10 minutes by car.
Excuse me, do you know where the nearest tourist attraction is?
Yes, the nearest tourist attraction is on the other side of the park.
Excuse me, could you please tell me what time the next flight departs?
Yes, the next flight departs at 6 a.m.
Thank you for watching this video. If you found it interesting, please like and subscribe.